This is sports stuff. Betting stuff.
Muff, I am surprised to see you coming to this with such a positive attitude.
You know, Alex, you have to have the attitude to get the wins, and then with the wins comes even more positivity.
All right.
Just remember that. Just
I will
remember
keep
that.
it in I will keep it in the docket.
I mean, if you think about it, to be at the bottom of the barrel and have the record that he has, he's not as melancholy as like us. When we go down to the bottom, we're there. Like we own the bottom. Muff's
We
knocked out.
yes, we emotionally can't recover.
Yeah, it takes us weeks. Muff's gonna take like 1 week and he's back.
This is Sports Stuff Betting Stuff, the number one sports betting podcast coming out of the Sports Stuff with Jim and Muff Enterprise. I am your host, Muff, the original degenerate. Joining is
I'm Jim, the official Ohio degenerate.
And I am Alex, the medical degenerate.
from the now Ohio legit degenerate Jim. How has the first week or two been of degenerate behavior?
I love being a degenerate. I'm making tons of Mooney. Thank you, promos from FanDuel and Barstool and referring a friend, and I'm making all the monies.
Referring a friend, huh?
I referred my wife.
That's
Shh. Shh. Don't listen. If any of the
You're not allowed to do that?
no, you can refer her. I'm sure your wife's making a whole bunch of bets by herself, right?
Tons.
Tons.
he goes
All
down.
the monies.
That's all I'm saying.
Tons of the bets. So this is our first betting episode of 2023.
Yeah.
But it's a continuation of the football season betting. So we will have a couple weeks. I would say I missed a week. We missed a week as a show because I was not able to participate.
It's all right. We'll forgive you.
I attribute my week of doo-doo, the O for week, to us not having a show.
I don't know if I'm going to allow that.
Left to your own devices, you stink. Is that what I just
Yes.
heard?
Very much so.
No one was there to talk him out of dumb shit.
No one was
That's
there
what I hear.
to like help me reason.
You didn't bet Nebraska, which is good.
I stuck to the rules, but that's because all the rules weren't in play.
Yeah, you didn't have to worry about Thursday.
There were literally zero rules.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
So we have 2 weeks worth of best bets to go over. An update on our best bets records, as has already been alluded to. We have some shakeups there, and we have our specialty picks. Obviously, we will do a check-in now that the confidence picks winner has been established. Did we establish that in the Columbus episode?
We did not. We talked about it,
Okay.
but we did not record it on air.
Yeah, I don't. At that time, it was still up in the air when we were recording, I think.
Yes.
We also have our Bull Pick'em. Talk about that to see if anybody won any cool prizes. TBD. And then we'll get into this week's football lines, which we're just in the NFL, and we have a small slate, so not a whole lot to talk about moving forward, aside from whatever games in the NFL are left. All right, loyal listeners, it's your time. Get in there, do the things, share all of what we do throughout the year. Make sure everyone else knows what's going on. Tell a friend, make a friend. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on the bell, as Jim says. Do all the things. Keep us going up, up, up to the moon. Up, up, and away. So that will bring us into the last couple weeks' best bets. We will go as typical with the best record to the worst record. Unfortunately, the best record is a 500 record, which belonged to Alex at 7-7.
It did. So week one, I had taken Syracuse plus 10.5. That won. I had taken a win in Notre Dame minus 2.5 and Penn State plus 2.5. And then I lost NC State minus 1.5 versus Maryland, UCLA minus 5.5 versus Pitt, the Eagles minus 6 versus the Saints, and the Chiefs minus 12.5 versus the Broncos. Week two, I had a winning record at 4-3. I won the Chiefs minus 9.5 at the Raiders. I lost the Jags minus 6 versus the Titans, the Jets minus 1 at the Dolphins, which hurt for so many reasons. I won the Steelers money line versus the Browns, and I won the Bills Patriots over 42.5, the Lions plus 4.5 at the Packers, and then I lost Monday night my ass.
What did you?
Okay,
Monday night, got it.
got it.
In my mind, I was still thinking about a Monday Night Football NFL game, but then I remembered, I think there was a game that was played.
I don't even want to call it a game, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk trash on him. I did enough of that.
Jim, you're next.
Week 1, I was fantastic. Florida State lost to Oklahoma, but I then hit the Iowa minus 2.5 to Kentucky. I hit the Bama minus 6.5 to Kansas State. Lost the Pitt game. I had UCLA minus 5.5 to Pitt. Won Washington plus 3.5 versus Texas. Tennessee plus 5.5 to Clemson. Penn State plus 2.5 to Utah. Then week 2, I didn't hit a damn bet.
You talked a lot of game. You talk like a lot of smack even when you're not doing well in your own personal endeavors.
Yes, the Browns.
You don't disagree?
Yes.
Like, I wish I would have known this.
How did you not? Anyway, the Browns lost the money line. The Chargers lost the plus 2.5 to the Broncos. The Cowboys sucked against the Commanders. The Lions.
That didn't matter for your bet, though.
They lost.
You took an over.
Oh, yeah. Well, they still suck. The Lions lost to the Packers, and then TCU.
The Lions beat the Packers.
Oh, I had the Packers minus 4.5. What an idiot I am. And see, this is what I mean. I can't have it to myself. I need help. Because I feel like Alex would have hyped me out. We would be like, oh, you're taking the Packers now. Aaron Rodgers. Like, I would have talked myself out of that. Anyway, and then I took TCU plus 12, and the hell happened in that game?
So we'll chat a little bit about that TCU Georgia game. This is our first discussion about
the game
that
that should have been Ohio State. You're right.
You're right. That's entirely false, but sure, you can have that opinion. It's just wrong. So for me, over the past 2 weeks, I went 5-8. In the first week that we're talking about, I was 3-4. My wins were Alabama to cover versus Kansas State, and the Jags to cover against the Texans, and Penn State plus the points against Utah. My losses were Florida State did not cover against Oklahoma. Clemson did not cover against Tennessee. I took the under in Georgia, Ohio State, which was apparently taking all of the unders in all of the college football semifinals was a terrible idea, which we'll get to shortly. That was a loss. I took Bears Lions over. 52.5 was a loss, and then we obviously had the no contest in the Bills-Bengals game that week. It's week 2. I did not do any better. I was 2-4. My 2 wins were the Texans plus the points versus the Colts. Texans won outright in that game. I also took the Bills to cover 7.5 versus the Patriots. Bills obviously came out emotionally ready, opening kickoff for a tutty. Let's do this. And then I lost the rest of them to go to 2-4. Chiefs Raiders did not go over 52.5. Packers did not cover. I took the Browns Steelers under 40.5, which lost because the Steelers were able to convert a 2-point conversion at the end of the game to go at 14, which sucked. And I took TCU Georgia in the College Football National Championship under 62.5, which Georgia got themselves.
Single-handedly.
TCU just needed to slow them down for 2 minutes more a drive, and we would have hit the under, but TCU was not able to slow them down.
It was bad poop.
So, real quick, for initial thoughts on the TCU Georgia game.
The wrong team was playing Georgia.
Okay, I'm not.
The wrong team played.
Right, Alabama. Right, Nick Saban. Got it.
I don't care who played. It wasn't TCU.
How? Okay, explain. Other than the fact that they lost that game, how did they not deserve to be there?
The score alone.
How did they not deserve to get to that game?
The score alone.
Okay, I said not counting the game. How can you justify?
Can you knock out the game?
No, I'm saying to that point, tell me how they did not deserve to be in that game.
I understand that they beat Michigan and they're there.
Okay.
I get
And
it.
that they lost one game. How many did Ohio State lose?
I didn't say Ohio State deserved to be there. They lost beforehand. But I would take that. Ohio State versus Georgia was a better, entertaining, athletic contest than that drumming.
Which is fine. That game was a better game. But does that mean did Georgia play the same way that they played? No.
I think that the
Georgia missed
matchups, they had easier matchups against TCU.
Georgia missed 2 field goals
It
against
was a
Ohio State.
better matchup against TCU for Georgia than it was Ohio State.
That doesn't mean it was the wrong team in the championship, Jim.
That's my point, is they deserved to be there. They earned the right to play that game. Yes, they lost badly. I'm not saying they didn't lose badly. I'm saying you cannot say that they did not deserve to be in that game.
Have either of you seen the video of the Mississippi State fan that just went ape?
No.
And
No.
oh, it's hilarious. You can find it someplace. This man just went absolutely insane. He's an SEC homer, don't get me wrong. But just his reactions were hilarious. And it was an in-game, like he was recording himself while the game was going on. And obviously he paused at a couple parts to be like, oh, look, they scored again. What is this? Blah, blah, blah. It was pretty good.
I think I'm glad that that game's over. And on to next year.
On to next year. The way too early rankings, I believe, have Georgia 1. I forget all the top 4.
Bama's 2, Ohio State's 3.
Penn
I
State
don't know.
6. And the way too early rankings, Penn State is 6.
Who's 4 and 5 then?
That's what I forget.
We got to figure that shit out. I'm going to figure that out. That's ridiculous.
Clemson.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. That's what's going to make me mad. I know it.
It's got to be. Clemson's got to be. There's probably another SEC team in there somewhere. But
Let me take a look right now.
USC was actually 7 in the way too early.
Bama is so Michigan's 2? That can't be right.
Why?
What do you want to say? ESPN or Fox Sports?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. All of them are way too early, so they probably all differ.
Let's go Fox Sports. Georgia, man, Michigan's 2 there too. No way.
Why, Jim?
So
Why does Michigan
we're
not deserve to be 2?
We're seeing
Well,
a
the whole
consensus.
controversy with Harbaugh was why I wouldn't think that they would come out and say it. But yeah, they're 2 across the board. LSU 3, Penn State 4. That's not right
Why?
because you just said they were 6.
The one I saw. I'm saying we're probably looking at different rankings, and they're, let's be real honest, the way too early rankings are meant to have these types of disagreements.
Still with what Yahoo said. Even then, wow. Georgia, Bama. Then it stops. I love these stupid internet websites. Story continues. Michigan, Ohio State, LSU, USC, Penn State 7. These are ridiculous.
I've seen Penn
Well,
State.
seeing as how they haven't
60.
even, it's not even a whole week since the season ended, I would assume they'd be ridiculous.
So let's just make ours. Let's just do ours real quick. Top 5. Well, you know what? Let's do top 10.
I can't think of top
No,
10.
I'm not ready. Top 10.
Top 5.
Georgia.
Yep. Bama.
Is it Bama?
I'm going to say Bama just because they're going to reload. That's just the nature of Bama. Michigan, Ohio State.
WVU.
All right. I don't see Michigan right now until Harbaugh, his position is solidified after the NFL season. I don't see them as the top 5.
I think that you can't not put them in the top 5 for the same reason. I mean, he's still there. As of today, Jim Harbaugh will be the coach.
I think that's not. I think it's shaky ground, and there's a suspension looming. Like they got an NCAA violation out there.
No. So I mean, it's just he may as well be an Ohio State coach then.
I'm not disagreeing. If we were in that same boat, I would say the same thing. I wouldn't
Does he
put
give away
Ohio State up
bobbleheads?
there if they were the same way.
No, I'm saying this is cyclical in these major college programs, aside from Alabama, somehow continues
I
to
think
escape
he's
this.
giving away bobbleheads.
If it was me, it would be Alabama, Georgia.
Wow. How do you get off saying Alabama?
I'm
above
sorry, Georgia.
Okay, I was going to
Georgia,
say,
Alabama.
come on now.
I guess Ohio State.
I can't. I guess I'm going to choose Ohio
Twist
State.
my arm. I'll
Oh, God, guys.
I would say Penn State 4.
I can't do that yet.
Who are you gonna put above them?
Michigan.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Not because I'm Ohio State. I just don't. That controversy bothers me.
I can't put Ohio State above Michigan in the rankings.
Okay, that's fair.
Right
I'll
now,
give you
Michigan
that.
has won, and they made it the exact same distance. And
I don't think that. I think Penn State has a better chance than both those two teams. Honestly, in my heart of hearts.
my heart of hearts. I love how many times we say "in our heart of hearts" on the show.
Jim gives people flowers. We talk about our hearts a lot. We're a very giving show. Just
We
remember
are.
people.
We are.
We're giving a giving program. The running best bets record. We did not talk about that. Real quick before we get into our specialty picks. Right now, atop the leaderboard, Jim at
I still got
75.
3 more weeks to screw this up.
70. It's going to be more difficult to do the shotgun blast though. To
Yeah, when
screw
there's
this
like 3
poorly.
games next
Give
week.
it time. I watch this week, guys. I'm about to blast this away.
Jim is at 493 winning percentage at 75, 74, and 3. Alex is in second place with a 490 winning percentage at 75, 77, and 1. And after a couple, well, actually three consecutive bad weeks, I'm in last place at a 481 winning percentage at 64, 67, and 2. So there we sit. There we sit. In the specialty picks, we only had in the first of the last 2 weeks, we had the Mike Allstott hit stick pick of the week.
Pow.
This is very, very inappropriately named in this particular situation. We took the Bills-Bengals over, which was obviously a no contest. Just rewind and get those pow-pows out of the way, Alex.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
that was my taking back.
In the Neil Brown risky pick of the week, we can show excitement there because it was a win. Penn State money line versus Utah in the Rose Bowl, which brings the Neil Brown risky pick of the week to 9-9 for the year.
I dig it.
Not bad. And then in the Punisher Parlay,
Punisher.
Unfortunately, another loss.
Yeah.
The no contest Bills-Bengals over was in there. The Penn State money line was in there. Washington plus the points was in there. I forget which one of you two took that. Who took UCLA? I feel like UCLA is an Alex pick.
UCLA was me, yes.
So Jim took Washington plus 3.5 versus Texas, which was a win, and Alex took UCLA to cover 5.5 versus Pitt, which was the loss. The Punisher Parlay falls to 0-18.
Eek. It's not great.
It's not best. Not the best. In our bowl confidence picks, we completed with Jim on top. I forget the exact number. I think it's about 615 total confidence points.
Oh yeah.
I was in second place with a little over 600, and Alex was about like 590, I think, in third place.
We were pretty close.
It was done, I think, before
it was done
end of the Columbus episode, but
yeah,
we were recording in the middle of games, so it was not solidified. So that's good. Jim will get a hot sauce of his choice, which he's chosen a Chipotle hot sauce, which needs to be provided to him from Alex and me.
Yes,
it will be.
We'll get that to you. And in the Bowl Pick'em, the Sports Stuff with Jim Muff Bowl Pick'em number 2, correct?
Yes.
Year 2. Which we were giving out free prizes, aka stickers, to anybody that beat the show.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately for the world,
nobody beat the show.
The show is too good. The show tied for first with me, or I tied for first with the show.
That is amazing.
Which means nobody gets nothing.
You suck again.
You suck again.
Good luck in March.
Yes, good luck in March. Maybe we'll just do 2 times prizes in March.
We should. That's a good idea.
Give us more time to, monetize our situation, if that's what we're going to call it. We'll figure it out. That's what we do. We figure it out. Which brings us into this week's lines. Obviously, we only have the NFL as far as football to chat about. This is Super Wildcard Weekend.
Super.
Which means we get Nickelodeon. We get Nickelodeon TV, right? Nickelodeon
I think
games.
so, yeah.
Ooh, I don't even know which games are the Nickelodeon games.
It's usually like one of the after. Isn't it like the
There's like
Sunday
one
after?
each day. I think there's
Oh,
one Saturday and one Sunday. And I think it is the afternoon game typically. Somebody look up which is Nickelodeon games.
I'm on
Okay.
it.
First, in Super Wildcard Weekend, we have the Seahawks at
Super.
San Francisco taking on the 49ers. 49ers favored by 9.5 over under 42.5. Alex, they did it. The Seahawks are in.
They are. The Seahawks are in, and the Seahawks plus 9.5 is my pick.
I need you to cite some good reasons for this, Alex.
Geno Smith.
Okay, Alex has given us a subpar reason. I'm going to take the 49ers to cover 9.5. Their defense is going to gobble up the Seahawks offensive attack, and Christian McCaffrey is going to pour it on this week. Brock Purdy is going to do his thing. 49ers cover 9.5 for me.
No. I think that Geno Smith beats Brock Purdy and not beats, covers 9.5.
So they lose by a touchdown.
Yeah, they could.
So I need you to. How are you taking Seahawks to win?
I'm taking the Seahawks plus 9.5.
Okay. All right, Jim, thoughts?
If I was going to bet, and I'm leaning, it all depends on like how everything turns out. I'm trying to still win the show. I was going to bet every game. Then I had some two betters in there. I was going to bet the under on this.
Because
I will tell you because I've done research. Hold on.
I don't think there are Nickelodeon games.
The 49ers are a fantastic defense. The last game, Seattle only scored 13 points against the 49ers. There's stats here too. Hold on. There were so many games that like the under is hit for the 49ers. Like it trends towards the under. That's why I was going that direction.
okay.
But I have a lot on my card, so I'm leaning.
Okay, so we'll see where Jim ends up. And the next game, we have the Chargers at Duval taking on the Jaguars, where we have a line of Chargers minus 2.5 over under 47.5.
Yeah.
I am on the over. I'm on the over because the Chargers have shown they have a less than stellar defensive output, and which means the Jaguars are going to put up points. And even without Mike Williams, who I believe is out for this game, correct, Jim? I know he had negative.
Yes, he is out.
He had negative, I think, X-ray results, but that was just the initial stage. Even without Mike Williams, they've obviously been able to sustain without a lot of their wide receiver weapons throughout the season. Austin Eckler's a dog. I think the Chargers still put up the points, and the Jaguars put up the points as well. Give me the over 47.5.
I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree as well.
I will be taking the Jaguars plus 2.5.
I disagree with you as well.
I figured.
I'm going to take the Chargers minus 2.5 and the under. The reason why I'm taking the under is in the last 5 games, 5 wild card games for the Chargers, the under is hit, while the under is 11-3 in the last Jaguars 14 home games. And I'm taking the Chargers because it's the Chargers.
You know what? That's why we play one game. Jim's playing Moneyball. Jim's playing Oakland A's baseball. And guess what happened in the playoffs for the Oakland A's, Jim?
Hey, I understand. But I did some recon. I'm trying to, make some money.
Hey, I appreciate the effort.
Yeah.
Playoffs, I usually, be honest, I usually throw out all of these trends in the playoffs because it's one of one, right? It's a one game situation. That's difficult.
The Chargers being 5-0 against the under, and their last 5 wild card games kind of sold that one for me. It started this whole under research I'm not gonna lie. That was the first game I researched, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
I mean,
No, I'm in. I am in. So next we have the Dolphins at Buffalo taking on the Bills. The Bills here by 13.5, over under 43.5. Where are we? Are we trending towards Teddy Bridgewater playing, correct?
Oh, let me look.
I think so.
I believe that was trending. I don't think it's been confirmed yet, but I believe Teddy Bridgewater was on the path to be able to play in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I do not care. This game is in Buffalo. Bills are ready to just destroy everything ahead of them until they get to the Chiefs. Give me the Bills to cover 13.5.
I am with Muff on this one.
Which is absolutely insane because it's 13.5 line, but I just, with the Dolphins not having Tua, I just don't see them doing anything.
I don't know. This is another leaner for me. I like the 13.5 before the research. And then the research led me to another under. I will probably take the 13.5.
That's what I will be doing.
Yeah, I probably will do that.
And next we have the Giants at Minnesota taking on the Vikings. Vikings favored by 3, over under 48.5 points. Give me in this game the under.
Yes, I am with Muff on that one, the under in this game.
I lean that way. I did lean that way, but I'm going to take the -3 for the Vikings.
What so the Kirk Cousins sucks in big games does not sway you away from this?
No.
Fair enough. I just think that the Vikings are going to have issues as far as offensive output in this game because Kirk Cousins has not been good in the big games. And the Giants, even with Daniel Jones coming back, even after resting people, the most of their offensive output for the week, I just don't see this going well for them.
I could be swayed. Can we go back to the Bills game for a second?
Mm-hmm.
I know this is a betting show, and we're supposed to be like, "Oh, this is our picks," and we're not supposed to talk about other people's picks. I find it interesting that I've clicked on like 7 sites of research for this Bills game. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And with the under being 43.5, everybody predicts a 27. What was that last one? Hold on, I'll tell you right now. 27-14 game.
Right, that's the 13.5.
But it's all that. It's every single site that I pick. That is what they're calling.
They're just playing the spread.
Yeah.
They've taken the spread and said, "Oh, this is what's going to happen," right?
Yeah. I think that's a cop-out.
It is. I agree with you that it is a cowardly way to look at the situation.
Like, that makes you not an expert. I think you just suck it up and make your pick, man. And because of that, I'm going to go Bills. I'm going to go Bills 13.5 just because they pissed me off.
They made me angry.
Hammer it home.
All right.
Take care of that.
Glad you could talk that out with yourself.
I did. Thank you. That's what
This is what you needed last week.
Exactly.
Okay.
Next. What do we got next? Sorry, I'm in the middle of looking at something
The
here.
AFC North matchup. Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are favored -8.5, over under set at 40.5.
I like the under and I like -8.5.
I like the Bengals -8.5. I don't agree with the under, but you do you, boo boo.
Did you see the last game?
Do you?
Did you see the last game, Alex?
Were they even like?
It didn't even touch 42 points.
Yeah, the last game between the two of them.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Bengals offense has clicked more and more and more.
I think Taj Boyd is out with a concussion.
Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd. Sorry, Nixon.
No, you're good. I was just clarifying.
And I think that they slow down in the second half, and the Ravens their defense will come back to life. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring affair. That's my take.
This game, I am on the Bengals to cover.
Cool.
I'm
I
also
just,
on the cover.
yeah, I'm feeling it, boys. I'm feeling it.
Feel it in your bones. Moving on to our final super wild card weekend game. The
Super.
Cowboys will take on the Buccaneers on Monday night at the Buccaneers. Cowboys are favored by 2.5 points, over under 45.5. I think I am a direct opposition to what you two based on your notes here.
Yeah.
I believe that the Bucs will cover 2.5. I think Tom Brady is Tom Brady in the playoffs.
I want to feel that in my bones. I need it to happen. But all the research says Cowboys.
I'm going with my gut, and having watched Tom Brady play for how many years, I don't think Tom Brady loses at home in a playoff game against the Cowboys, who looked like garbage last week.
The conversation really is, this is about Tom aging. From everything I've said or everything I've read, he's not mobile, and that makes him prime for the Cowboy defense to pick him up.
But him and Mike Evans have recently been clicking. I think the Cowboys send people in after him, and he has an open Mike Evans downfield, and they eat.
And that was something that they cautioned about. But is the Cowboy defense too good? And is Mike Evans and Tom Brady consistent enough game to game? Like, it all depends on if they show up.
This is a game I am staying as far away as I can from.
I literally bet it.
Did I?
It's on your thing.
And I'm going to stay away now. That was a leaner. I apologize.
I am going to go
that
with
does
the
not
Bucs
that does not make
2.5.
it that does not make it into the fold.
I will be going to the Bucs plus 2.5. Keep it on my list.
Damn it, Alex.
You can do whatever you want. I'm just saying that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off. I'm not gonna bet it. You've talked me out of it.
Here's my fear.
Talk me into going.
Here's my fear of how next Monday night goes for me.
Oh, I'm gonna rip your face off.
Exactly.
Monday night.
It's a Monday night game, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. This is so weird.
We have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday games.
Yeah, this is so weird. It doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, hey, that's what you do when you want to make more money as a league. You make these types of things happen, right?
Woo.
Okay. We have any other thoughts? And Jim, did you make a decision on your leaner
On
game?
the Niners game? No, I have not made a decision.
Okay, so you've got a little bit more time because we will talk about the Mike Allstott hit stick pick of the week.
Pow, pow.
Have any team rides here?
Bills minus 13.5.
Or Bengals.
Or Bengals minus 8.5.
I feel better with the Bengals than the Bills, but I could go either way.
I'm okay with the Bengals. Or what do you think, Muff?
I feel the exact opposite, but it's tough for me to get away from a team ride here.
I would let Alex make the final decision. I am 50-50.
And Muff, you're leading Bengals or Bills?
Bills. I'm leaning Bills.
I am going to let Muff's decision ride and go Bills.
Okay. I support that.
Okay. Bills minus 13.5. Hosting the Dolphins. In the Neil Brown risky pick of the week.
I don't know.
This is very interesting.
My heart of hearts, wanted to take the Jags, but that is in direct opposition to one of Jim's personal favorite teams and a best bet. So I will not be putting that on the table.
I
My
don't
other
care. That doesn't
suggestion,
bother me at all.
but it's you're betting the Chargers, right?
Yeah, that's already in stone.
So I mean, no, we can't make that a risky pick to go against you. I am okay with the Bucks as well.
I'd much rather bet the Jaguars than the Bucks.
Muff, help me here as to why this doesn't make sense.
This is tough.
We have 6 games.
This is tough.
What about the?
Jim
has the Vikings too. I was going to say Giants. Jim's not on a single underdog is part of the problem.
Well, none. I mean, I'm not either.
But you have at least over unders. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I stayed away from the dogs in this one.
And then you guys, neither one of you picked on the Bucks Cowboys game. I would be willing to go Bucks. I'd be willing to go Jags. I'd be willing to go Giants.
I like the Jaguars because it's the Chargers, and I've always all year have said the Chargers are going to be the Chargers. So, like, I get it.
So you're going to lose one or the other,
which is fine. Like, it makes sense to me. If the show wins a pick, cool. If I win a pick, cool. I'm not angry about being in contention. Like,
Muff is kind of the rule maker, the game maker.
Well,
here.
This is the playoffs. I think all the rules go out the window.
Okay.
I'm just not sure what rules apply to this particular situation. I want to say this is the one time I think I don't want to go with Tom Brady.
Okay.
And I would rather take the Jags money line.
Okay.
Lovely. Let's do this.
So we got the Jags money line. Taking on the Chargers.
We should have done like Bills minus 19.5 or something. Like Bills to win by 3 touchdowns.
I'm not going to go that crazy. The Punisher Parlay, is this something we're doing right now?
No, I think it retires.
I don't know if we can even do any kind of. Do we each pick one?
Handle it? Can we?
What if we just each pick one? But I think we just ride it out at this point. All back in. Let's go a solid 0-20 or whatever, and then
I think we should make them all unders, over unders.
The under, yes, the down and out, the unders.
I like where you guys' heads are at.
So we have the under 48.5 in the Giants Vikings. Is that only under 47.5 in the Chargers Jaguars, but that's opposed to Muff, so that's not fun. So we just need to really pick over unders. So under 40.5 Ravens Bengals, Jim has.
It doesn't necessarily have to be on our dance.
No, I'm just looking at
what we have,
things that we like.
I'll tell you, like mine, I am taking either the Bengals under or the Chargers under. Like one of those two, I'm nailing home.
We'll figure out which one, buddy.
Am I going first?
Yeah.
Give me the Bengals under.
What is the under, Jim?
40.5.
That a question?
No, that's what it is.
Alex, you get the next pick.
Giants at Vikings under 48.5.
Of course you take that.
I know. Sorry.
Of course you take that, Alex. Which means I got to go Chargers Jags over.
I hope that one
over 47.5.
Do you have to? Does it have to be one of your best bets, or can you go back to the board?
I don't think it has to, Mom.
No, at this point, I think at this point you could go back to the board.
Why would I go back to the board?
That's true. That's
what
you're
really don't want that one.
That's true.
Like if I don't want, because I was gonna bet this. I really don't want that one on there. Like, I really don't want that to be
The
on
fun
there.
part, though, Jim, is now
I-
that you're in Ohio, you can change it to whatever you want yours to be.
That's true. That is true.
You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want, Jim.
Ugh. I'm cool with that. I'm whatever.
A
I
whatever
don't want it to
response is
win.
a
I
whatever.
don't want it to win.
You don't want it to win.
No, man, because it's straight contradiction of my bet.
Well,
Are we... All right.
When it was the risky pick, and I'm not putting money on the risky pick. I'm okay with that. I was gonna actually bet the Punisher this time around.
just remember, when I didn't agree with your bets in the Punisher, it still went in.
I'm not saying take it out, buddy. Let's
I'm
do
gonna
it.
laugh when this is our win,
I know.
especially if this is our win and the Mike Allstott hits, because it would have actually won. I don't think in this one. I don't think Mike Allstott's part of the parlay.
If anything, it would be the risky, because the risky comes back in from last week. But I'm
That's
not gonna do that to Jim.
Yeah, that would suck.
Double contradiction.
That's. I mean, two wrongs don't make a right in that one. All right. Anything else for the betting?
We gotta do our
thoughts,
best bets, buddy.
That is true. I'll go first. Same order.
Bingo.
I have the Seahawks plus 9.5, the Jaguars plus 2.5, the Bills minus 13.5, the under 48.5 of the Giants Vikings game, Bengals minus 8.5, and the Buccaneers plus 2.5.
James.
I'm taking the 49ers minus 9.5. Taking the Chargers minus 2.5 against the Jaguars. I'm also taking the under 47.5 in that game, not parlaying it. I'm taking the Bills minus 13.5, the Vikings minus 3, taking the Bengals minus 8.5, I'm taking the under 40.5 in that game. And Muff, Dak? No, Muff, how's it feel to put in my bets?
Are we finally ripping that band-aid off after years?
What you talking about, Jim?
Yeah. So I have 7 bets in.
Feels great. Feels great. Muffneck
And
says,
I put them all in myself. Thank you.
"Oh my God, Barstool! Whoa, we're a FanDuel show. Get out of here."
Yeah, but Barstool gave me my free money.
Excuse you. It doesn't matter who gave you the free money. We're a FanDuel show.
All right, sorry.
Get out of here.
Wow.
Get out of here with that. My best bets, I have 49ers to cover 9.5, hosting the Seahawks, Jaguars, hosting the Chargers over 47.5, Bills to cover 13.5, hosting the Dolphins, the Giants at Vikings under 48.5, and the Bengals covering 8.5, hosting the Lamar Jackson-less Baltimore Ravens.
Now I'm going to create this parlay situation.
A real quick recap of our specialty picks and the Mike Allstott hit stick pick of the week.
Pow, 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 pow.
Bills to cover 13.5, hosting the Dolphins, and the Neil Brown risky pick of the week. Jaguars money line, hosting the Chargers in Duval, and in the Punisher parlay.
Punisher.
We have an over/under special: Ravens, Bengals under 40.5, Giants, Vikings under 48.5, and the Jags, Chargers over 47.5 for all of the monies.
I'm pretty pumped about that one. I just placed that bet. I placed the bet. It's in there.
All right. I'm proud of you.
Good for you.
Here's hoping it hits.
Jim has the new better high.
Yeah, pretty much.
It'll crash out.
Here's a question I have for Jim. Is Jim going to commit to betting every NCAA basketball game in the tourney?
I am. Well, I'm not. I'm sorry. I take that back. My wife is.
So Jim will be betting every basketball game.
Okay.
That's a nod of approval for those that are listening. Jim said yes.
He said yes.
He said yes.
I
He
She
said
yes.
has $200 in FanDuel money
you're gonna
And-
twist her arm into it.
that we will be placing money on all of the 32, 64.
There's 32
First
games.
off, there are 4 playing games, plus 32 first round games, plus 16 second round games.
Wait a minute. I thought you only did the first round.
No,
Oh no, I said every game, Jim.
Oh boy. Yeah, why not?
I mean you'll win some of it back, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to go over. You're not going to go over 32. If you do,
you're
then
relegated from this.
we're no longer allowed
I'm
to
just
provide
kidding.
advice.
Yeah.
Well, it is basketball. I don't expect you to have the most sound.
I don't have a lot of knowledge in that department.
You
No,
can
but I feel
still,
like you like even a blind squirrel finds a nut kind of thing, you know.
you can still luck into winning 25% of those somehow.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like
Alright.
how Sam came in third in our bowl pick'em. She just
Yeah.
lucked into it.
Made it happen. So that wraps up another episode of Sports Stuff Betting Stuff. As a reminder, make sure to subscribe, comment, rate, review, and the YouTubes. Get with us, get to the rocket ship to the moon, follow the best bets, tail the best bets, put in the Punisher Parlay, get over under with all that we got going on. And hopefully at the end of that, yes, Alex, go ahead, continue.
No, I'm saying this is it. This is the week we hit the Punisher.
I think so. If we do, we should change that whole Punisher idea to the over under.
Yeah,
Yeah, for 2 more weeks.
Like that should be our new
going
thing.
into next year. This is like
Yeah.
that's what we'll do for the next couple weeks. We'll like trial
Yeah. New parlays.
try ideas, see what sticks.
See what sticks, and whatever sticks, Lizzo tells us then.
It's about damn
About damn
time.
time.